Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. This is a morning live stream that I do every day of the week. It starts at 10 o'clock Monday through Friday, and on the weekends it's 8 a.m. I also do a second live stream, Fight CPS to Stop Taking Our Children, at 7 p.m. at night. The times I'm giving you are the times on the west coast of California. It's Pacific Standard Time. And if you're on the East Coast, you're 3 hours ahead of me. Mountain Time, you're 2 hours ahead of me. Um, or I should say Central Time, you're 2 hours ahead of me. Mountain Time, you're 1 hour ahead of me. Now, tonight, my show time will be different. I'll be on at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I have a family commitment to go to Friday night. So I'll be gone. So tonight, I'll be on at 3 o'clock. Okay, and I'd love to have you there. So I want to give a warm welcome to all of you out there. And I want to thank for you participation in this live stream. Now, to be to text a message, it's very important that we make a question or a comment about CPS. We're here to talk about CPS. I can also talk about adult services because lately I've had 3 or 4 people here talk about their mother, and one person lost their mother to the adult protective services. I had I had a sister who was in adult protective services, and she had a miserable life in the end years. Adult protective services are for anybody that's over the age of 18 that needs help. So once you become 18, you're underneath the jurisdiction of adult protective services. Also, if you're a special needs child over the age of 18, you'll need that too. Special needs children should have a qualified adult be a caretaker of them. Don't have to adopt them, but just be a caregiver because sometimes they need help for the rest of their life, making financial decisions and food decisions and decisions about medical and so forth. But anyway, I'm here to help you all. Whether you have a child protection issue with the child protection system or you have a adult issue with the adult protective services. Those particular entities are part of what's called social services. In 1962, social services was mandated by Congress to create a group of social workers to protect our children from abuse and neglect. They also are mandated to do what's called family reunification, and they're not supposed to take the children unless they're in danger. And what's been happening lately is 50% of the child protection systems are going overboard. They're taking the children if they're not in danger, and that's wrong. They're not doing family reunification, and they're trying to push for adoption. It didn't help in 1994 when Bill Clinton signed into law that said they'll give an extra $35,000 to social social services, to child protection systems for adopting a child in foster care. So, with that being said, um, you have to be really careful. Fighting CPS is like doing open heart surgery, it's very critical, it's very demanding. Um, now, I'd like to have those text messages in the following format. Please state your name and your city or county where you're from and the state. If you're outside the United States, please list your country. Please list your country. Please list your country. I have right now 23 countries, including the United States, that participated on this live stream. They're from Bangladesh, um, Indonesia, India. In the Middle East, I have Libya and Saudi Arabia. Then over to the continent of Africa, I have Liberia and Sudan, and to Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, and to the provinces of South Africa. Then up to Europe, I have United Kingdom of England, Scotland, and Wales, and then I have Denmark and Sweden. Then across the pond in North America, I have Canada and its provinces, and the United States, and all 50 states have called in or texted in here. I've also heard from Washington, D.C. Then south of the border had been Mexico. Then further south in South America and north of Brazil. On the east coast, been Grenada. Then across the South Pacific to New Zealand, and then the land down under Australia and its states. So those are the 23 countries that I've spoken to. So with 23 countries and 50 states and in Washington, D.C., that is a lot. That is a lot. It's over 2,500 people I've talked to that had something in common with myself. We all had a rogue CPS entity to deal with. As I told you earlier, they're 50% are bad. And they are bad. They do really terrible things. If you know the story of Alice in Wonderland, Alice falls in the rabbit hole and meets the Chester cat. And the Chester cat directs Alice to room after room after room, going nowhere. That's what CPS is. You go from room to room to room to nowhere. They like to keep you in circles. They like to keep you guessing. They're not there to help out the families. It's sad to say that. Their firm goal is to keep generating $1 trillion business. Billions are sent to the states, and from the states to the county is millions. It's trillions of dollars that the government spends on to protect our children. And the sad part about it is it doesn't go to the children. It goes to bonuses of social workers. It goes to bonuses of child protection systems. Now, I call the child protection system CPS for short. But every county, even every country, the names may be different. It may be Department of Children's Services or Department of Children and Family Services or Child Protection Services or the Cabinet or the Department of Children's Services. It goes on and on and on, thousands of names. So it's so easy for me to just say CPS and you know who I'm talking about. But again, it's a warm welcome to all of you that have come to listen, and hopefully I'll be able to help you with your issue. Please send me a text message and include in there about your case. So this is the first time, then write about your case. It helps me. A second way of interacting in this live stream is to be a guest on my live stream. To be a guest on my live stream, you would email my show producer, Grace. Her email's up on the screen as a banner. That's Grace at vincentwdavis.com. You just pick one of my 14 live streams. Just say I want to be on Bob's Sunday night show, or Bob's Friday morning show, or Bob's Wednesday night show, or Monday morning. You pick out one day of the week and one time, morning after. You can be on it more than once. I can take up to 9 people one time as a guest. With me, it gives 10. So I can have up 9 of you as a guest. And if it has most is 4. But as a guest, you're able to talk like I do, and we can help one another and help other people that call in or text and messages in the room. But this is your way of getting free information about how to fight your CPS case. Now, who am I? Who is Bob Pace? Well, I'm a loving husband and a father of 6 children. I've helped raise 6 children. And I have 43 years of marriage experiences. I have 61 years of life skills that I've been working now for the last 61 years. And life skills are things that are not taught in school, not taught. They're like usually found the hard way. You get a DUI and don't know how to defend yourself, or you get a you go in a backpack and trip and you don't know how to backpack. These are trials and errors. And one of the life skills that I try to educate people on is the child protection system. Also, I tried to tell you about something called legal insurance. It's available. You should look into it. You should look into it. And that legal insurance is affordable. It's 50 cents to $1 a day. Say it's $1, it's $365 a year. And that can provide you the retainer. If you need a $50,000 retainer to get an attorney who's $500 an hour. Now, attorney fees range from $200 an hour to $1,000 an hour. Retainers range from $5,000 to $125,000 in CPS cases. Now, Vincent is the attorney that I hired, that I recommend. He's the one that founded this live stream. His picture is up on my screen there. On the if you look at it, it's on the right-hand side. It's Vincent W. Davis. Now, he is the perfect guy for fighting CPS. Why? Because he has 39 years of fighting CPS, and he's gotten back thousands of children. Also, he is educated, schooled, and licensed in the area of juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. Those are the areas of law that you're going to be fighting CPS in. He also is a trial attorney, and he's been fighting for 39 years. Furthermore, he's also a civil rights attorney. He can fight for your civil rights if they're violated, and a lot of times your constitutional rights and your civil rights are violated, and he knows the way to fight them. After your case is over with CPS, you file a civil lawsuit either in state court or federal court, and Vincent's won millions of dollars. He's won millions of dollars. Now, when you get an email to Grace, she'll send you a link to post in StreamYard, which is a software application I use. It uses YouTube in there. And hello, Dorothy Cook, and welcome. And hello, Safe Kids, welcome. Hello, Megan Wilson. Yes, you can call in. Yes, you can call in. And Dorothy Cook has put her Facebook name up. And I'm trying to catch up with my people. Megan Wilson is from, oh boy, now I forgot where you're from, Megan. My main site. Dorothy Cook is from North Carolina. Safe Kids is from San Bernardino, California. Am I saying that right? Megan Wilson, I want to say, is from Burke County, Georgia, if I'm right. Let me put my phone number up, Megan. Let me put my phone number up. There's my phone number. It's 626-698-0990. And Safe Kids is from Scranton, Pennsylvania. How can I forget Scranton? That's where my cousins live. Yes, I remember Safe Kids. Thank you, Safe Kids. You're Scranton, Pennsylvania. I apologize. And Megan is from Wilmington, Delaware. I'm so sorry. It's been so long since you talked to me. She's from a small little state in Delaware, from Wilmington, Delaware. And she has a horrible case. And she can call in. Megan, I'd love to hear from you. It's been a while since you talked to me. My phone number is up, by the way, at 626 698 0990. And that's the number you can reach me. I use SteamYard, I use Vonage as an application thing. Let me make sure my phone number is available. I usually have to make sure it's on. It's on right now. It's on. So no one's called me yesterday calls. Okay. So anyway, my phone is live for your calls, Megan. You can call me, okay? You can call me. Now, I was talking about being a guest. She'll send you the link. It takes you to SteamYard. If you get knocked off, you can get posted again. The rules are simple. There's no good morning and welcome to Bob Pace's live stream. Who do I have the pleasure of talking to?
Hi, Bob. It's Megan.
Hi, Megan. Good to hear from you. Megan's from Wilmington, Delaware. And you haven't talked to me in weeks, so what's the latest?
It's been actually a couple months because I've been dealing with my son having some medical. He had surgery the other day, and school just started back, so I've had to take care of a lot of things. But the update on my story so far is that remember back, I think it was July when we spoke, I told you they closed out my case.
Yeah, did they?
They didn't.
They reopened it, huh?
No, they didn't reopen it, but they didn't close it out when they said they were going to close it out.
Did they send you a confirming? Did you ask them for a confirming letter that the case was closed?
Yes, I did, and they're supposed to be sending me it now because they just closed it out officially on the 22nd of August.
Okay, but make sure you get a closing letter that says your case is over. What did they conclude? There's nothing wrong with what you did?
The same thing that they've been able to not conclude for the last 9 years.
Okay.
The same thing that they could not prove, they concluded that they still did not be able to prove.
So you'll be clear. So you make sure the letter states that the case is closed and you're found not to be at fault. Make sure found not to be at fault and the case is closed. That's the language that should be in the letter.
Okay. I will definitely.
And if it comes in, they say the case is closed, just say you want a further clarification that they found nothing that you did was wrong.
Okay.
The reason why I'm telling you that is that they can reopen it again, and then they could make it worse for you.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing the last 9 years, like I said.
Yeah, I know it's been really tough, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. I really am.
But this is something, like I said, this has gone on where they've opened the case and closed the case, and then they come back about a month and a half later and they're opening another case. So I'm just counting down my time, knowing that most likely they're going to come back knocking with the same shit, the same I'm sorry, my language, the same excuse.
Yeah, thank you for correcting yourself. Yes, I agree. They're going to try to, but you got to stay on them. When you talk to them, You ask them when will they send the letter, and then if they have it, then you need to bug them again. And you need to do a paper trail. Not only do you call, you do an email. So you keep an email paper trail. Or if you don't want to do email, you can do a regular letter.
Oh, okay.
Email or
Well,
regular letters will
I'd
work.
rather do
I
an
like
email because
email
I have
because,
paper trail.
yeah, I like an email because it gives electronic sent and receive.
Right.
It doesn't
Yeah.
cost you
So
much. It
that's
doesn't cost you
basically
much.
that's basically the gist right now. And I recently got in reconnecting with some of my family.
Oh, good. That gives you
Well,
support. Hopefully, they'll give you support.
no, that really it was a bad. Remember my history? Like I didn't
Yeah, I
have
know.
them as family because they always treated me poorly, you know. So I just stepped into it with my sister, and me and her communicate. We just keep it between ourselves. And I visited my mother one time in the last 9 years last month, and we're going back this Sunday for a barbecue at her house. So, yeah, my son liked going down there, and there might not be much time left with her. So,
Oh, I'm so
even
sorry to
though
hear that.
I have a lot of hurtful pain from this person, I'm trying to put it aside because I don't know how much longer she'll be here.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I really am.
Thank you.
I know.
And then my
Yeah,
aunt just passed away 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
And in front of all the grandkids, like she just fell out and died on the floor.
Wow.
But it's been a really struggle the last couple months, and I'm just trying to slowly keep it together. Just trying to keep them at bay, the CPS at bay, you know, because I can't deal with them anymore. Like, come to find out from my mother and I talking, I have an autistic son. Well, I thought I was medicated from the age of 5, but I was actually medicated since the age of 3.
Wow.
And they labeled me as behavior defiance disorder at 3 years old, while I was being abused at that age. That's the youngest I can remember the SA abuse.
Wow.
From my stepdad and babysitter at that age.
Yeah.
And, it's just crazy to find that out. And my son is autistic, and he got it from his mom's side of the family, which is my genes. And I've never been diagnosed autistic, yet everybody says I show the signs of an autistic person, but a high-functioning autistic person. Like, I do things like certain tics as an autistic person, different things that they labeled me with all these other diagnoses growing up to get more money on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
The system collecting more money for each you know, how that works. So,
Yeah.
you know, back in the 80s, it wasn't highly populated to call somebody autism. It was more or less the Asperger's syndrome, which they since did away with that and call it the autism spectrum. And as I look back at everything, my whole thing is from trauma. It's I don't believe that I have the bipolar disorder. I do have depression. However, it's from the trauma that I've been through. But I don't believe I'm bipolar. I do believe that I was misdiagnosed, and I really am autistic.
You know, you're an amazing person because you were once in CPS yourself. You once were abused, and you're
I was
diligent.
abused before CPS and
Yeah.
in CPS.
Right. Words cannot describe how I admire you. You're so good about what you do.
Thank you. But it's just I've been really digging into my research, you know what I mean? Because females show different characteristics than males in autism. And they also tend to be misdiagnosed more. Autism was more diagnosed for boys back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So, like I said, doing my research and everything and all that, I believe wholeheartedly I've been misdiagnosed and medicated, and it's caused brain damage from the medication that I have not needed, that they have forced upon me for the last 40, I thought it was 40 years, but it's actually 42 years.
Okay.
Because they were giving me it at 3, not 5.
Wow.
And I just can't, in the life of me, like, I fought all medications for my son. Like, nope, you're not putting him on psych meds. He's autistic, he's a baby, he doesn't need psych meds, you know? And with all that, I fought that, and I can't believe that back in the days, in the 80s, that they were so quick to medicate a baby. I was 3.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that. For behavioral defiance, would you consider behavioral defiance a child acting out because they couldn't really speak because they were not fully verbal yet, my mom said?
Right.
I couldn't really speak, and I was being abused. And I couldn't say it to get it out until I was 5 or 6 or something when I reported it, and I got taken away. You know? But the whole time, they were medicating me for being sexually abused, basically. And it's kind of something that really is, and it sits heavy on my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sits heavy on my heart because, like, 100%, like, I really have not believed this mental health shampoo that they've used on me. I haven't believed that my whole life.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in denial my whole life. And I believe I've been in denial because it's something that I really knew in my heart. As a child growing up,
Well, no, I find that smoking, and I hate to say alcohol is a drug, that drugs
Well,
are
that
not
is
supposed to be
definitely, you're not
shared with
supposed to do
children.
anything like that when
And
you're pregnant.
when you're
But
pregnant, I think men should do this is a life skill to all you men out there. If your wife or girlfriend or lover is pregnant, then you both should refrain from alcohol and smoking, doing any kind of drugs, whether they're legal or not legal, any kind of smoking, whether it's legal or not legal. You, as a part of the birth, should abstain, just like your wife is doing, because she's going to protect the baby. This is a life skill that I want to institute to all of you out there listening. Drugs,
yeah, because
smoking
like
do
when I
not do not go well with children. And if you are a man who created this child, you should abstain. It's part of your it's hard. I did that with my 6 kids. When my 6 kids were born, I did that. I abstained from alcohol and I abstained from smoking. I never smoked, so I was not a smoker. I never even tried.
hey,
I never even tried pot.
Bob,
Go ahead.
what was that you said? Because I'm in the middle of texting my old caseworker about my paperwork, and you said what was it to ask her for the
Okay,
paperwork?
you
Send me
want
the
to ask
paperwork
for a letter saying the
for
case is
case
closed
closed
and you were not found guilty of anything.
and
You're not found guilty of any act towards your child, an act towards your child.
I have not it has not
Yeah.
been proven. He said proven.
Guilty of any act towards
And
your child. Any act towards your child.
any act of neglect.
No, don't put neglect because it can also be abuse. Any act of neglect or abuse. If you want to be specific,
Yes, I'm
neglect
writing
or
any act of neglect or abuse.
right. How do you do reviews on Google? How do you do reviews of a company business? Do you know that?
Me?
Yeah.
I think you look up the company and you go to their website or and then there's like you push like 1 to 5 stars or reviews and then
Well, I
you
go to
go
the
down and write a
website, but it
review.
doesn't give me option to make reviews.
To where?
I go to the website of the company, but I don't see any option to make reviews.
Okay. When we're done here, you have my number. You can call me and I'll
Okay.
walk you through it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll try to walk you through it. I'll do my best to help you.
Well, that'd be really good.
Yeah, so that's basically the gist with my little guy. My husband went to work 2 weeks ago and went there to find a note on the door that they went bankrupt and they were closed. And they gave no notice to the employees and they didn't even pay them for the last 2 weeks of work.
Oh, really?
They filed the payment in with the bankruptcy claim.
You get that written okay?
Yeah, I just finished it. But I didn't get a response back from her. But I'm gonna write her an email after.
Well,
we're
make
done,
sure
you know.
when you write that email that you ask for a confirmation.
What do you mean a confirmation? It will be on my email saying.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. You set it up for a confirmation, okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I star my emails to her. So all my emails to her, I have starred in my starred messages so that I could easily find them.
That's a good way to do it.
But yeah, because otherwise I can't remember, Mr. Bob.
Yeah, I just
My
say
memory is, I have short-term memory loss bad. My long-term memory is not so bad. It comes and goes, but it's not so bad. Like my current one, you know. Okay, the letter, she said there was an email sent to you the day I told you the case was closed, and the letter was put in the mail. Okay, well, let's do this. Never seen email. Never seen email. And I want the letter to say okay, I never seen email. And I said I want the letter to say that the allegations were never proven, you know?
right.
Like that, and so, but she said that there was an email sent the day I told you the case was closed. However, hold on. I'm on the phone, babe. But I probably get, guarantee she'll probably come back with me with some mumble jumble. Well, the letters were in as is, and we don't put anything like that in the documentation. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But how have you you been otherwise? You're
Hanging in there.
hanging in there.
Yeah, it's hard when I do my live stream. Hold on one second here. Let me get to my live stream anyway, because there are people that besides yourself. Bartley, hello, Bartley Bartley from Montana. Bartley from Montana. How are you today, Bartley? And I got some good news. Megan Wilson's case has been dismissed. She's been fighting from Wilmington, Delaware. And Danielle Watt.
For over a year.
Yeah, Danielle Watt from Georgia just came in. Hello, Danielle Watt. Well, um, Megan Wilson from Wilmington, Delaware, who's been in CPS as a child and been drugged and everything and abused, and family members have disowned her. She has a child and they wrongly accused her. She's now, August 22nd, is found not guilty of the accusation. Her case is closed. And she called me up to inform me. I know today is September the 5th, but Megan Wilson has been on my show for a year. She last talked to me in July, but she did find that there's help, that I helped her. And I'm glad I'm here because this is another person that I've helped. For all you listeners out there, my help goes far out. Right now, I've talked to a lady in South Africa called Leica, who has had a chance to talk to Mr. Davis, my attorney from South Africa to Arcadia, California, how important our matter was. She wanted to talk to Vincent Davis. So Vincent Davis is a key attorney. He's now reached out of the United States to South Africa. I don't know too many attorneys in the country or in the world that are trying to help out people, just like myself. I'm here to help you if you have a matter with a child or adult. I help out people with adult protective services and children protective services. Um, it's what I call the child protection system. I should say the child and adult protection system is what I'm trying to help
Hey,
out.
Bob,
Yes, go ahead.
what is that? I've never heard of that. Adult
Well, what's
protection?
happened was I've had a gentleman from North Carolina that his mother, he was taking care of her, and they are abusing his mother. She had bed sores placed. He went to take her to the hospital, and he's been taking care of her. Her mother is the same age as me, but unfortunately, she's not in good condition. So he called in asking about that. I had a lady named Diane from Illinois who had a mother being abused by the system, the adult protective system, and she died. Sadly, she died.
Oh, wow.
And so, it's a part of the protection of our people. I don't know how else to explain it. It's not too many cases, but I've had 3 or 4 cases of adult. Myself, I have the background because I had a sister that was an adult protective system and she was abused. And it's sad. It's sad. Nursing homes are taking care of our elder people and they are abused. I don't know where to
And
start.
they are very much. It's very much because, like, that's one thing that I fight so hard for my son, for Bob, because he is autistic. And there are so many predators that are working in the mental health and field that are going underneath a detection, and are actually in there and taking advantage of our family members that are in the system who can't talk, who can't protect themselves, who can't, defend themselves in any way. And they're getting away with it because their people aren't able to talk very well or explain it. Like right now, my son's 9, but he still does not know good touch, bad touch. It's something we've been working on. It's just not completed yet.
Well,
And
Megan, you're a very intelligent woman, and you certainly know how to take care of a child, and your son's very blessed. I also want to tell Daniel Watt has a son who's 19, and she finally got him away from CPS and from Adult Protective
Good.
Services. And he's at home, and she's adopted. She formally adopted her son. She had to do that as a caregiver. She's adopted her brother. She has adopted her brother and her son. And Danielle Watt from Georgia is taking care of two people. And I want to thank him, Danielle, for sharing. She was on my show as a co-host for a while. And I'm so glad to meet Danielle Watt. And she now takes care of her brother and her son. And again, this adult protective services does pop up, just like medical trafficking does. People think it's only
But
about.
the thing is,
Pardon?
the thing Bob, that everybody needs to be more aware and alert of
Yes.
is that
Well,
the kids and
it's
the
all
adults,
part of
they,
social
the
services.
system,
I need
the
to tell you
system,
something about
the
social
system
services.
itself,
Right. Social
listen, the
services.
system itself, Bob,
Right. It's being
the system
investigated.
itself, what I was saying, no, the system itself is whether it's children or whether it's children in CPS or it's adults in protective services, they are still misdiagnosing people just to gain extra money.
You're right. You're right.
Whether it's kids or adults.
You're right.
So half of our nation that has our kids in the system that are pretty much probably 90% of them are drugged and diagnosed with something by now. But with all that and with all that, they are getting away with doing this and gaining money on us through our childhood into adulthood. They have done it to me. You've seen it. I went from being in the system to getting faded out for them to show up because I was a ward of the state after I gave birth. Because I was a ward of the state, that's why they showed up. And they labeled me a polysubstance drug abuser for taking my psych meds. You understand that they were the ones that enforced my whole life.
I agree.
We have to be the people that stand up and protect our children and our adult family members that are in cut care from being overly drugged and overly diagnosed or misdiagnosed. Don't take their first opinions. You need to say, I want more.
Yeah. Well, I think anybody that is a caregiver, whether you're in social services or in a daycare place or something like that, should be very, very helpful.
They should be, but those places also have predators, so. You can't trust anywhere these days that you leave your kid or adult that needs support. You can't trust anybody these days. Whether your kid's going to be taken care of or your adult family members are being taken care of.
Yeah.
You never know because they don't tell you the truth.
You're right.
Like I said, I have 4 nieces, well, 2 nieces and 2 nephews that were taken away. They were actually my cousin's kids, but I called them nieces and nephews. But they were taken away by BFF from my cousin, and they all in the promise that they were going to help her get on her feet and get her kids back, but they never did. They just kept papers that you need to sign because we've taken your rights away and we're adopting the kids out.
Right. Right.
You know, so like they act like they're there to help you. They're not. They act like they're there. They'll be there to help you. They're not. Like when now they're doing that because they're getting so much pushback. You know, the child protective services are getting so much pushback that that even like now they're pushing for kinship placement more, like placing them with a biological family member.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is they do not give you any financial assistance to care for that family member that you've been given to care for, but they would only give assistance to foster parents.
Uh-huh.
If you're related to that child, you're not getting a penny in assistance from DFS to support them. Like foster families and adoptive families get $1,000 to $1,200 to $1,400 a month for each kid in their care. If you're a biological family member and you got that kid from being in the system itself, but they're still in the system, but under your watch, you don't get a penny.
Right.
That's just corrupted to me. You know, that's wrong. It's like you will only help certain people, you know?
Right. Right. Well,
you won't help the family members.
Yeah.
Because you'd rather that baby be in the system.
You're right.
Because you can get more money on it.
You're right. Carrie from Wilmington, Delaware. I'm sorry, not Carrie, Megan Wilson from Wilmington, Delaware. I'm sorry if I have so many names here. It's sometimes kind of hard. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk during my live show and give me an update. Again, congratulations on the good news. I do have to end my show because my show is supposed to end at 11 o'clock. So I have to wind down and thank people. And there's a video that I'll play. It's very important you all stay to the end because I show you a very nice video that'll put you in good spirits. I want to thank Megan Wilson from Wilmington, Delaware, for being on my phone. I want to thank Bartley from Montana, who has called in, who has a son, and she is trying to slowly but surely win her case. Daniel Watt, who has her son back. I want to thank you, Daniel Watt, for all that you do for coming and checking on me. Dorothy Cook, you're a blessing to come in here and spend your time outlining what I said. I'm so happy. Dorothy Cook is from North Carolina. She has a lot of friends. Safe Kids from Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's so good to hear from you again. And Safe Kids from Scranton, Pennsylvania, thank you for being a part of my live stream here. And then we have, who else did I not forget? I think that's everybody. I do want to thank the emojis. I want to thank Megan for the live. I will. Yeah, I will. I will. Okay, go ahead. I want to thank Megan Wilson, Dorothy Cook for the care emoji. And then for the thumbs up, I want to thank Megan Wilson. I want to thank you all. Now, remember, I'm going to be on at 3 o'clock. That's only a couple hours from now. I normally am on at 7, but I have a family commitment. So I'm coming on at 3 o'clock today. 3 o'clock today. With that being said, this is Bob Pace, ready to sign off. God bless you and keep fighting for your child. Keep fighting for your child.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last one.